Okay, fine, students. You see the student, this person is inside the classroom. This person is inside the classroom. Okay. Now this person is standing outside of the classroom. This person is standing outside of the classroom. Now this person is not to call this person. That is the person who is inside the classroom. Can he call? No, he cannot call. Why he cannot call? Because this person is inside the class. So this person, in not to call this person, what it has to happen? This person has to walk outside of the classroom. Okay. Once this person comes outside of the classroom, once this person comes outside of the classroom, then this person can call. Then this person can call him. Yes, he can call him. Why now he can call him? Now because he came outside of the classroom. In other words, now this person is visible. Now this person is visible to him. Since this person is visible to him, now he can call him. But in previous class, this person is not visible to him. Why is not visible to him? Because he is inside the classroom, right? Here also the same thing, the same behavior. Here also the same behavior, same behavior. You see that? Okay. When I make this main method as public, when I make this main method as public, okay, this main method will be visible. It will be visible outside of the classroom. Means outside. Mean outside. It will be visible outside of the classroom. I said now is outside of the source code, outside of the source code. Now since this main method is visible outside of the source code, this JVM, that is Java Virtual Machine, can call this main method. That's what actually I would like to convey. That's all. Okay, JVM is nothing but is a program which is running outside of your source code. Okay, JVM is not to call this main method. Only one thing you should keep in your mind, students, in case you are not understood. See, JVM is not to call this main method. JVM is not to call this main method. We need to make this main method as a public. Okay. Once you make this main method as a public, and this main method is visible throughout the program, and outside of the program also, this main method is visible. Okay. And that's what I would like to say. So let me clear my drawings. And that's what it is all about. And next. Now. So I've done with this, and this argument we'll see later, students. This we'll see later. This we'll see later. I'll illustrate it at later point of time. Okay. And okay. And next I've written system dot out dot println. The most important, you see that here I'm having dot. Between system and out, I have a dot. And next between out and println, I have a dot. Okay, I have a dot. I have a dot. Okay, I have a dot. That's important observation. You need to do it. Okay, so let me clear my drawings. Okay, now what is this system? System is a class name. System is a class name. To be more specific, is a predefined class name. It is predefined. It is predefined. It is predefined class name. Predefined class name. Okay. What is that? System is a predefined class name. What do you mean predefined? This class called system, it is already present. Where it is present? Okay. I repeat, this system, I said, is a predefined class name. When I say predefined, pre means already it has been defined. In other words, the class called system, it is already defined. Now the question comes where it has been defined. This class called system is defined in a package called java.lang. Okay, java.lang. What is this java.lang? We call this java.lang as package. We call this as package. We call this as package. This system is a predefined class which is present in a package called java.lang. So what a package contains? Java.lang is a package. What a package contains? A package contains a set of classes. A package contains a set of classes. A set of classes. So in this set of classes, system is one of the class. In this set of classes, system is one of the class. So this package will be having several number of classes. That is hundreds to thousand number of classes will be available in this package. Okay. So system is one of the class which is present in this package, that is java.lang. Students, here one important thing you need to know that, okay, when you write any Java program, by default, all these Java programs, all these Java programs is going to import this package. Okay, in your source code, okay, all your Java programs is going to import this package. Okay. What is my import this package? This package will be present. This package will be present inside your class. Since this package is present inside my class, so even though if I write system.out.println, it is not throwing any error. Why it is not throwing error? Because by default, my Java program is going to include this package. What's the package? That is java.lang. I think actually you can think something like that. A package is something like hash include. A package is nothing but it's something like hash include in your C++. Okay, using hash include, what you're trying to do, you're trying to include a header file. Okay, with respect to packages, but with respect to Java, we are having packages. Okay, and I know that's all from advanced concept that we'll discuss later in detail. Only one thing here you should understand why you said all this stuff. Only one thing you should understand. System is nothing but system is a predefined class. System is a predefined class which is present in a package called java.lang. Okay. So inside this system, there is an object called out. Inside this system, there's an object called out. This out refers to output string. This out refers to output. This out refers to output string. Out refers to output string. Okay. This output string connects your console. This output string connects to your console. When I say console, your console is nothing but it's your monitor. Your console is nothing but it's your monitor. Okay. I repeat, system is a predefined class which is present in a package called java.lang. Okay, inside the system, I have an object called out. Okay, this object refers to output stream. Okay, this output stream connects your console. Console is nothing but your monitor. So anything which you write inside your println statement, anything which you write inside your println method. I said println is a method. Okay, anything which you write inside your println method will be printed on your console or on your monitor. Is it fine, students? Let me clear my drawings.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, while writing the predefined class name, sir, like how will it be in case like lowercase and uppercase? For
Yeah,
everything, should we take
yeah.
the?
I'll tell. One second. I'll tell that.
Okay.
Good question. I'll tell. I'll tell. Now, system.out.println. I said out is nothing but is an output stream object, and this output stream object is connected to your console, and console is nothing but your monitor. Okay. So anything which you write inside your println statement, anything which you write inside your println method. Println is a method. Println is a method. That's very important. Is a method. Okay, so anything which you write inside this method, in other words, anything which you write inside your double quotes will be printed on your monitor. Okay, now so let me answer the question which one of your friend has asked. That's a very good question. See, system is a class. System is nothing but I said is a class name. The system is a class name. In other words, it is a predefined class which is present in a package called java.lang. Now, what is println? Println is a method. Println is a method. It's a method. Okay. Now, you should understand the difference how to write a class name and how to write a class name. How to write a class name is class name, and how to write a method name. That you should know that. Method name. how to write class name and how to write method name. Let us assume I want to write a class name called demo. I'll write like this. Okay. Let us assume I want to write a method name called demo. I'll write like this. No, not demo. Oh, sorry. I want to write a method name called test. I'll write like this. Okay. Now you observe carefully. Uh, See, when you write any class name, the first letter of the first word always must be in uppercase. Okay. When you write any class name or when you write any class name, the first letter of the first word always must be in uppercase. This is true for predefined classes also. This is true for predefined classes also. It is true for predefined classes also. Okay. When you write any class name, the first letter of the first word always must be in the uppercase. That is a good style of writing a class name. Why we are following this style? Because if you see predefined classes, all predefined classes will begin with uppercase. The first letter of the first word always will be an uppercase. You see that? That's why here you can see system S is uppercase. Okay. But when you consider method name, with respect to method name, the first letter of the first word always will be in the lowercase. That's quite opposite. Okay. With respect to class name, the first letter of the first word always will be in the uppercase. But with respect to method name, the first letter of the first word always will be in the lowercase. And that's what you can see here. Okay, that's what you can see here. Okay. You see that. System, I said system is a class name. That's why you see that S is in uppercase. Printle is a method name. Since it's a method name, this P is in lowercase. P is in lowercase. Next, let me take the second example. Demo, demo, uh, demo test. Demo test. Here, let me take one more method name. Test sample. Test sample. Now, you see that here, student. What is the name of my class? The name of the class is demo test. Okay. The name of the class is, what is the name of the class? It is demo test. You observe here very carefully. Demo is first word, test is second word. Right? Demo is first word, test is second word. But demo test is my class name. So the first letter of the first word always must be in the uppercase. You see that? The first letter of the first word always must be in the uppercase. Now test is the second word. Since it is second word, the first letter of the second word always must be in the uppercase. You see that it's in uppercase, is in uppercase. See students, what I'm discussing here, this is true for predefined classes. This is true for predefined classes, right? Now here also you see that test sample. Test is one word and the sample is second word. Okay. With respect to method, what I said students, with respect to method, the first letter of the first word must be in the lowercase. With respect to method, okay, the first letter of the first word must be in the lowercase. Now sample is my second word. Since sample is second word, the first letter of the second word must be in uppercase. That's what I think. Uppercase. Uppercase. Is it right, students? This is true for all predefined methods. There be says classes will have several methods. All methods they'll be writing in this style only. In this style only they'll be writing. Okay, all predefined methods or all predefined classes they'll be writing in this style only. That's not what I've discussed. So that's why when you're writing your own class name or when you're writing your own method names, you try to follow this style what I've discussed just now. So that's why you notice students when you written class name, I made D in uppercase. I have not written D in lowercase. Why? Because this is the style we need to follow. This is the style we need to follow. Right? And the last thing and last example I'll discuss and then I'll finish. Now, let us assume I've written a class name called demo, demo, test, followed by example. 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 Demo is first word, test is second word, example is third word. So with respect to class name, what I said, students, the first letter of the first word always must be in the uppercase. That's why D is in uppercase. And test is second word. So that's why the first letter of the first word is in uppercase. Example is third word. And that's why the first letter of the first word is in uppercase. That's very, very important. If I have fourth word, again with fourth word, you should follow the same style. If you have fifth word, again for fifth word also, you should follow the same style. Like this, it goes on. Is it right, students? Now let us take the same thing with respect to method name. Okay, so what is the method name? Let me take as test, sample, example, something like that. Example. What is test? Test is first word, sample is second word, example is third word. Okay. So with respect to method name, I am discussing with respect to method name, students. With respect to method name, the first letter of the first word must be in the lowercase. It must be in the lowercase. But with respect to second word, the first letter of the second word must be in the uppercase. It must be in uppercase. Must be in uppercase. And similarly, the first letter of the third word also must be in the uppercase. And similarly, if I have fourth word, the first letter of the fourth word also must be in the uppercase. Okay. Only the first letter of the first word only will be in the lowercase. Remaining everything will be in the uppercase. Is it right, students? Sir, this will apply to all class and method names or only predefined. See, students, when I say predefined classes, see, that's one student has asked me a question. That's a very good question. I think I've finished with this classes, how to write names. Who is that? Padmaja R. See, Padmaja, just now what I've discussed, it is applicable for all classes and all methods with respect to Java. Okay. When I say predefined, yeah, this is true for all predefined classes. Whatever I've discussed, this is true for all predefined classes and all inbuilt methods also. Okay. So when you're writing your own class name, okay, for example, let me clear. I think your time is running up. 1 second, students. No, see, I can write like this also. Demo. This is correct. But anyone is going through your code, he says that you don't know Java programming. Even though you're getting output, he says that you don't know Java program. Why? Because you're not following some standard. What's the standard? And just now I discussed, the first letter of the first word for a class name must be uppercase. But you're written demo. Even though you write like this, still you'll get the output. But you should not write like that. Okay. You need to follow some standard styles. That's the standard style just now I've discussed. Okay. That's the style you need to follow. Padmaja, you understood what I said? Is it fine, Padmaja?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes.
that's what. Okay. Suppose you're writing an inbuilt class name. Suppose just now I said, right? Some style I said. Suppose you're writing a class name called test. I can write like this also. I can write a method called test. I can write a method called test like this, but that is not correct. Even though you may get output, you'll get output. But someone who is seeing your code, he says that you don't know Java. Why? You're not following a style. What's the style? With respect to method name, the first letter, the first word must be in the lowercase, but you're written in uppercase. Even though you're getting output, they won't be happy. Okay. So you need to follow certain styles when you're writing your Java code. These are the styles you need to follow. So instead of writing in uppercase, you should write like this. Test. Test. Suppose you are writing a method called test sample. Write like this. Test. You're writing a method something like this. Test sample. You can write a method something like this. You'll get output, but the way you're written is not correct. Why it's not correct? This S must be in the uppercase. You need to follow some styles, and that's all. And I've done, students, and that's all for today's class. In case you have any questions, you can ask. I think you should attend next class, right? Yeah, fine. Any questions you can ask. Otherwise, you can leave the session, and that's all for today's class. Remaining, we'll
Thank you,
see the
sir.
next. Okay, thank you. Fine. ఎక్కడికి అక్క? Any questions, students? So, okay, students, have a nice day, and that's all for today's class.